Beautiful day, and I'm in a good mood because behind me is my new project car, which is to be my daily. And it's an old Escort. I swore off Escorts, and I've got to buy another one. I don't even know where to begin. It's a Mark 5, not an A, not a B, not an A. Mark 5, 1992, so one of the first. It is X, and it's just mint. I love it. I love how shit it is. It's it's a 1.8. It's a 105. It's got a dead engine, which we have found out in the last couple of days, and it's really dead. Like I don't think it's ever going to see any sort of petrol through it anymore. But I got a spare engine that'll be going in. I'm just landed. I just found out now that it's got that central lock-in, which I didn't know. So I'm going through it and I'm doing a bit of archaeology in here, and I'm just finding more evidence of when it was taken off the road. Bit of a story that we've come up with. We have zero history. It was pulled out of a barn. I'll show you that now. Pulled out of a barn, dragged out, kicking and screaming. It hasn't been attempted to fire. Alan, my good friend who I buy all my random ass projects off, he called me down. He wanted to get it started because this one was one that he wanted to try and use and keep in circulation. So he wanted to sell it on and put it back into the, back into use. And we couldn't get any sort of cranking out of it, and it just clicks. I'll give an example of that now, as you can hear. So, thinking starter's buggered. I spent, Sunday the other day, after I've already agreed to buy it. This is now fast forward a good couple of months. I didn't plan on buying it back then, by the way. Only recently I've decided to do that. So the other day I went and it's seized. I mean, I undone the crank pulley with a ratchet. And it's just not spinning. And I've just taken the timing belt off the top now. The belt, it's snapped, I think. It's as loose as goose. So this engine is done. And you don't ever hear of a Z-Tech seizing. So it's weird. There's no history on it, not like electronically, nothing. You can't find it on databases, or like if you type it into Eurocar parts to buy something, you can't find nothing. It's one of those sort of things, very reminiscent of my Fiesta that it's actually replacing. So that means that it was off the road prior to the database being made public to through the DVLA. So 2005 is when that happened. So it come off the road before then. And I'm now finding evidence that it was 2002. We've come up with the idea that it's its engine somehow. Maybe usually when a Z-Tech runs out of coolant, it cooks the head. The head warps because the iron block is further to heat than the head is. So the head warps, and then you just lose compression, and you can't really drive it. So unless he did that and just kept on going, maybe it seized that way, but it's more likely that it ran out of oil, or it just didn't have the sort of oil pressure. The oil in it now is like sludge, but it's been off the road 20 years, so that it could have been from that. But let me just... So you got all this typical glue coming off. This yellow stuff is all glue. That's not really a sign of miles. So if you're about to buy a car and it's like this, particularly a Ford of this era, not the higher end Fords, the ones with POV spec seats, so this sort of trim level. Now this one's actually got sporty seats, but it's not wingbacks. So anything other than a wingback or a Recaro, this tends to happen. Don't be put off. It's not a sign of miles or wear. It's a sign of age. The glue just expires after about 30 years, it seems. Now I've got this here. I think someone's already had a look at it, but this is new to me, so bear with. We got an AA card here. Mr. B. Suze. That doesn't sound like a real name, but there we are. Expires 03, joined 2002. So anything after 2002 could have been the month after for all I know. We got a receipt here for Asda in Caerphilly. Look how bloody cheap the fuel was back then. I'm not crying, you're crying. Quite literally twice the price. How many litres did you get? 13 litres for a tenner. But the date, 2001. Dead on 9 AM, which is weird. 2001, so this is probably old at that point. But then we got like a caravan park thing here in the Gower, Swansea. So again, local to the M4 in South Wales, and it's dated July 2002. So if you joined the AA in 2002 in September, he didn't rejoin by the looks of it, because this was the most current card that he had on him. I was hoping to find an old pound, because you can still use these 10p's and 2p's and that. I mean, I got a few of those pounds that we can't use anymore, but still, it was cool to see one. I'm still in the mind frame of looking at them, thinking they're normal. Again, March 2001. Okay, so I'm not finding any more about that from that. Okay, back to the car then. What are we dealing with here? We are dealing with pretty much Alan calls it a poverty spec XR3i. So almost the same power. It's a 105, not a 115. But you could get XR3s with 115s, I believe. The wheel isn't leather, but it's a bloody nice shape. I don't mind that shape. But someone's cut off a steering lock, maybe, and gone a bit deep and affected the wheel. I mean, I could fill that in and then get the wheel wrapped, and this wheel could be saved. Maybe. More archaeology. It's just clocked over a very conspicuous amount. So is it 100,000, or is it someone's been playing with the dials? If it comes on the road in 2002, that's 10 years. 100,000 miles is quite a lot in 10 years. I mean, maybe not these days, but back then, I would have thought. It doesn't have fogs. It's got a... I'll take you outside now, but you've seen some of it. It's got poverty spec bumpers, the two-tone, which I'm not even sure is poverty. I mean, some people liked it. Electric windows, which bloody hell works, which is weird that it's back to front. I always don't like that Escort is down there. Ooh, took a second. Central lock-in, which is mind-blowing. So that landed. Oh mate, I got my bloody high beam on there. Yeah, this is a bit. I'm only touching in this coming on. So I might need want some looking at. Yeah, that switch is a bit funky. Bloody hell, the washer pump works. Ooh. Ha! Ooh. I probably should have done that a bit more gently. That motor didn't sound happy then. I mean, even the heater works. I'm just so excited to be in a Mark V. You have no idea. I don't think it was going to run either way. That's not good. Really exciting to me. I never liked Mark 6s. I actually detest Mark 5Bs because they couldn't really decide what the friggin' hell they were. They were trying to be the future, but yet they were stuck in the past on the front. And the bonnet with the grille integrated into it looks daft in my eyes. Like I said, I don't mind the two-tone, you know. I don't mind it. It kind of goes with the white. I've seen these in red with the grey at the bottom. Well, it would have been black back in the day. And I don't like them. They look daft. But the white works. I've seen them in silver with the two-tone as well, and that kind of works. Just to address the elephant in the room, yes. So this is the underlying worst, like, you're not getting away from it. This is the worst part of the car. If I grab the key. Oh, stiff. Ah, that bloody radio. Oh, I hope that works. I'm not sure that was meant to come with me. Alan was rushed to get it out the door because the pickup guy was just coming in a bit of a hurry. Oh, there's a light. Anyway, that's sound. Anyway, so what was happening was something was dripping in the barn, and it was dripping up here. I'm gonna say around here, and then it was channeling its way down, and it's just eating away at the metal. So this kind of sets the precedent for the whole car in your head, but you wait. Couldn't be further from the truth. So yeah, this is bad, don't get me wrong. It's not structural, so I'm happy to weld it. Which keeps the costs down, which, you know, altogether just makes it more of a enticing project. It does look bad. I mean, this is salvageable. You could probably slap some Q-Rust on there and it would save it. It's gone through but there. But you take the boot off, you could patch it. There, But because you're on the body side of things, you're going to have a hard time getting the shape back. And obviously it's getting bad down by here. But it's still not structural. You can't see it following down past the bumper. It's like it found its way out and called it quits. But the only thing I haven't done yet is look deep down under here. Is that just sitting there? It is. It's just sitting there. I think it found its way out of this vent here. And there's a drain here. Is that for the sunroof? Just dripping straight into the bloody exit. So some more archaeology going on here. So Alan's provided me with a whole panel from a Mark V, which is rare in itself. It's like the whole bloody thing up to there. So the window out job, and then it cuts down here. I'm not going to do this quite yet. So don't judge me when you see it covered in duct tape. This is going to be covered up. I'm going to MOT it, which it won't fail on because it's not structural. I want to know the car's okay before I spend a good like 20 hours doing that. Because that's a lot of filler, a lot of paint, a lot of welding and getting right. Now, I'm going to give you a pause a sec and I'm going to jack a car up. Right, so let's have a look. I mean, come on. If you're not feeling that, I don't think anything's going to tickle your fancy. The worst part is right here, and I don't know how it is underneath. But it's all original paint, it's not been welded. If I find somewhere that's been welded, I'll speak up. Because I'm not finding any right now. It's just that clean. The arch. Inside lip. Something flake in there. They like to go around here. It's literally just that. Although, I tell a lie, I found a bit on the door just now. Bloody handle's a bit buggered. There's something going on by here. I'm just speechless. It is so rot free. It reminds me in every way of my Fiesta, but there's an Escort. Somehow the discs still spin. I mean, we rolled it down this lane. this, and I think it's absolutely amazing. So you got center armrest, sort of. Well, it's not an armrest. You'd be long-armed if you could reach that. And when you open them, they have a cassette holder arrangement. But this one actually has cassettes. Now, this is Christmas. This compilation to the Lighthouse Family, which I'm kind of excited to get a listen to this. It's unwound a little bit. I'll have to put a pencil in it or something. And then the other ones are a bit weird. I don't know why. You know, that one kind of goes with the other one. But then, I don't get it. Lullaby and good night. And I thought, is that some sort of rapper or something? But then it does say kids on that side. And then this last one is kind of on topic with that one. So, 1989. This cassette's from 1989. Core. What's this one say? That's annoying. It doesn't. Definitely trying that out in the cassette player if it works. Absolutely. Oh, there's one here. What? Oh, what's the odds they've written the code on it? Did it have a code? Yeah, it does. Oh, come on. No! They haven't written the code. Oh, never. Oh. Ah well, you can't win them all. So yeah, this is my 1992 Escort LX project. This is going to replace the LX Fiesta, which is weird because they're both LXs, they're both barn finds, they're both incredibly well kept underneath. Don't get me wrong, the paint's as flat as a whiteboard, but whiteboard. You're probably screaming at the monitor at me at some point, saying, or the phone saying, John, it's literally got a rotten arch. This is prime talk for Escort Cosworth rep. I mean, it is a Mark V with a sunroof, and you can just replace the arch at the same time. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rep it. Yeah. I'm not about reps. I'm not about reps, people. I'm not one of them. No. If you want a Cosy, go drop 50 grand and buy a Cosy. It's probably not even going to look different to this. Now, I do want to share a little bit of my design with you. Yeah. I want to put the 3 spokes on it with the coilovers. I believe they fit off a Mark 3 Fiesta, the facelift, like the 3.5. I'm going to find out. If they don't, I'll sell them and buy the Escort ones. Okay, I've been a bit distracted. I've been picking up parts. Well, our parts. Full, let me just show you. Full XR3i interior, including the rear door cards, wind deflectors. You can see, love this trim. Reminds me of my Capri. It's the same thing. I've actually got 2 fronts because some of the cables might be a bit dodgy. So there's there's 2 to make a set either way. Fuel pump because more fuel's coming through, so I'd rather have it than not have it. And a engine service for the new engine. I'll be plodding along. I'm not in a hurry now because I need to wait for my clutch to come. Otherwise I probably would have got on with this today. Done the full swap. This is the cleanest non-RS Mark Vs I've ever seen, if not the cleanest. It looks old and a bit grotty, don't get me wrong. It's just immaculate. I'm so chuffed with how it is. Sunroof works. Yes. I need to give an update on the Fiesta, so I'll probably go do that when I'm collecting bits for this off it. Spoiler, it's been written off. I'll try and chuck that video out before this video, maybe. Ah, what the hell? I've already started this. So yeah, that's kind of where it's at with that. It's now going to live on with this. For now, I'm probably going to finish up here. I'm just going to crack on with removing the engine. I want it out today, and then I can just, put the new spark plugs and stuff on the other engine and just get it in tomorrow if my clutch comes. It said 24 hour, but the guy was still messaging me this afternoon asking if it's got a reg to give. So I don't know if he had it out today. Anyway, so I may have missed a spot with the bloody hell. All the power steering fluid missed the flicking tub. I got to get the suspension off, the brakes off, the hubs. The hubs got new bearings on the front. The rears will have new bearings when I fit the rear disc conversion from the. I do have another one, but I've already got the discs and the bearings and the new pads in the other on the Fiesta. New brakes on the front 260s, so RS2000 rears. I got drop links, track ends, lower arms, and coilovers to go on it. The only thing I seemingly need here is the hubs and the drive shafts. New CV boots for them come in. The top mounts for this suspension, I gotta fit them to the Fiesta, coilovers, if they fit. Nobody seems to know a definitive answer. Apart from that, fuel pump, stuff like that. Maybe the fuse box might play up, I don't know. There's not a big hurdle here, people. So I'll sign off there, and you'll see a bit more in a couple of days.